Good morning and welcome to Daybreak. I'm Debbie Wren, President of the Oxford Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Terry Stiles, OCTV Production Manager,
Yes.
and Deb's co-host.
Yes. We are here together as a team today, and our background is showing snow. And yet we have had a week of rain and more rain.
Right, flooding, and be
Yes.
careful out there because the roads are flooding.
Well, and with the roads being flooded, the roads are also receiving potholes.
Oh,
and
my
you know,
goodness.
I mean, as difficult as it is to drive, it's also difficult to get these things patched.
Yeah, those guys are out there, so please be careful. I came up 24 yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually had the left lane blocked because there were so many potholes.
Oh, gosh.
So, and there were guys out there fixing them, and they've been saying on the news, you know, the road commission's out there trying to do what they can.
Exactly.
But, be careful.
And really at this time it's still just a Band-Aid fix because this is the only thing that we can do to try to save our cars.
Right.
You know, so
And
like
then keep our fingers crossed for a new M24.
exactly.
Maybe this
you
will
know?
help.
Yeah, and we do. We need it. We need a new M24. So I'm looking forward to when that actually does start here.
Yeah, and we can talk about that later on because it's in the works.
It sure
And they're
is.
trying to get the community involved in that too. So,
Great.
But what's going on with the chamber, Deb?
Well, you know, we've got our second series for our speaker series coming up on March 29th. And it is being sponsored by Independence Village, and it's our State of the Community Breakfast. This is the first time we've had one of these in a while, and I'm really thrilled that Nicole reached out and talked with, we're going to have as speakers Glenn Pape, who is the DDA director, and Joe Madure, our village manager, and Jack Curtis, township trustee. And they are going to be three of our local officials that are going to be speaking, talking about, you know, the state of our community, and let us get a better understanding as to what is going on within our community. And if you have any questions or anything, I know there's going to be a Q&A afterwards. And this is from 9 to 10:30 on, Thursday, March 29th, once again, out at Independence Village. And for us chamber members, it's a $20 fee. And for non-chamber members, it'll be $30. And you'll get a nice breakfast from the chef out at Independence Village. So food is always good. You know, whether it be breakfast or lunch or dinner, but food is always good out at Independence Village.
And I think it will help. Glenn is new. Glenn Pape from the DDA director, and I say new, he's been here a while now, months.
Yes.
But I know a lot of people are not that familiar with him, and Joe Madore certainly is new. He's only been here a month or so.
Yeah.
So people need to come out and meet these people, and Jack Curtis always has a lot to say, and he's so knowledgeable about this community.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure that they will definitely talk about the upcoming road project that we are going to have, improvement, downtown improvement. So this is one that I don't think anybody in the community, whether they're a chamber member or not, should miss.
That is my true feeling, because this is something that, this is the only way we're going to truly understand what's going on. And like I say, if you have any questions, you know, this will be the opportunity to get your question out there and get it answered.
Right.
You've got three top officials here, and of course, Nicole, our executive director for the chamber, is also going to be there and presenting everyone. So I am so looking forward to this. When she brought it to our board as a recommendation as to something that the chamber can really help with the community, we as a board were right on. Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. And boy, when she hit the ground running, man, she got the date, she got everything, she got everybody all together. And so they are very much looking forward to talking to all of us within the community.
They need to hear from the businesses. These people, they're leaders of your community, and that's township and village. But we all need to hear from the businesses. What do they need? What do they want? We need to communicate better. Everybody needs, and like I said before on previous shows, there was a huge change in the last year in administration in the village. And so everybody needs to get on the same page now and find out what page Pape wants to be on.
Yes.
Find out what page Joe Medora wants to be on, and see if we can all work together to move us forward. And we are facing a huge project in either 2019 or 2020 with disrupting. We saw what it did to Lake Orion when they redid their downtown, and that's basically what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing, and so we need to know these people. We need to hear what they have to say, and they, more importantly, need to hear what you have to say.
Yes, we all need to hear
so
those concerns, and because it's I'm sure for them it's a concern that they have not heard before. You know, and they'll have the answers. Now, you can't please everybody, and I know it's going to be a very difficult time for all of us. But you know what? It's a short period of time when
in the
you
grand
see
scheme.
exactly because I personally have gone through other communities. Celine was the last one that I had driven through a number of different times, and I know Celine's not just right around the corner, but I was down in that area and just looking to see, wow, it is disrupted, but they had so many ways of getting into Main Street that the businesses really, it was almost better for them, you know, because they made so many changes to allow people to be able to get in and to park their cars. So I know that, you know, with all the minds that have been working on this, the same thing is going to take place here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know it's a disruption. Hopefully it won't affect people's businesses, but I'm looking forward to seeing the changes being made.
Exactly.
It's a long time coming.
It certainly is. It
Yay.
certainly is.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to cover that too.
Well,
and get
I'm
that
hoping.
word out to the public that can't make it. I know some people have issues with hours and stuff.
I know, yeah.
It'd be nice if we could do that.
Well, and really for a breakfast, it seems to work out best for a breakfast. And so with it being from 9 to 10:30, you know, even if you are able to be there for the first hour, you know, or come a little bit later, you know, you're going to receive a lot of information.
Well, those hours are good too. It's not smack dab in the middle of the day.
Yes.
And it's not in the evening when most of us that are working are kind of ready to go home.
Exactly.
And especially this time of year. It's still iffy as to whether it's going to be nice out on the way home or not. So,
yeah. Well, hopefully snow will all be gone.
Now, do people need to call ahead and
yes,
make
you
reservations?
can register online. If you're receiving our emails from the chamber, you will see that you just click on the button and there's a simple registration that you fill out. You can also just go to our website, oxfordchamber.com, and you can fill out your registration right then and there. So the more the merrier, and I'm sure that the larger group of people we get, the larger rooms that we're going to have over at Independence Village also.
They're so accommodating.
So they are. They work very well for us.
They sure do.
Well, I think we need to take just a little break, but we'll be right back, so don't go away.
Much more coming up.
Hi, I'm Elgin Nichols.
And I'm Dave Kinney.
Together, David and I host OCTV's weekly show, Minutes by Minutes.
The show presents our sometimes humorous interpretation of what your elected politicians are doing to enact regulations and ordinances that ultimately affect us all, keeping your news closer to home and reporting political shenanigans from Oxford and Addison Township, including the villages of Leonard and Oxford.
Catch Minutes by Minutes on Charter Channel 191 or AT&T Channel 99. Tune in Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. and 11:30 p.m. and Saturday, 11:30 a.m.
If you don't have Charter or AT&T, you can watch us on our local website, OCCTV.org, or OCTV Oxford, Michigan on YouTube. See you there.
Welcome back to Daybreak. It's Debbie Wren, president of the Oxford Chamber here.
And I'm Terry Stiles, production manager at OCTV. And feels like it's spring out there. It looks like it's winter.
I know.
I think we're still headed for snow, but right now it's pretty rainy and yucky outside.
It is. Yeah.
But that doesn't stop you from getting out and getting downtown and visiting our businesses.
That's right.
And especially before all the reconstruction happens.
Yes. And, talking about businesses, Falling Down Beer Company, we have heard about them now for it's going on a couple years almost.
Yeah.
But they are finally approved.
Oh,
and
good.
so they are now taking interviews. In fact, I know the interviews were starting this week. So they're looking for part-time bartenders with experience, and I'm not sure what else, but Mark has been, I've never seen a young man who is so patient and yet has been put through so much turmoil.
Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine emotionally what that has done. That's a family-owned business.
Yes.
Everything's on the line for them. I can't imagine. We need to support them when they finally are ready to
open their doors.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a very interesting establishment. I've already been in there a couple of times. He's had a few little soft openings. And it's very interesting. And the few beers that I did try, I really
pretty
did.
good,
They
huh?
were good. They were different. They were different for me.
Did they brew it on site?
Yes. You
Isn't
will
that gonna be fun?
You will see their large kettles.
Yeah.
When you come in the back entrance,
Yeah.
you will pass right by those.
That's interesting.
And all the taps that he has, and then he's got wine as well. So
Now, is that locally brewed
Yes,
wine?
it is.
Oh, I
Yes.
can't wait.
I know.
That sounds
And he's
fun.
going to be doing pop. He's going to
Oh, my
have
goodness.
he's
Wow.
going to be preparing sodas there, and some spirits. Now the spirits aren't as of yet. I know that's coming. So very ingenious young man.
So they were waiting for final approval of their entire building, or they're all together and done?
Part of it was with the state of Michigan.
Okay.
And I really and truly don't know how many different times they needed to go back to Lansing.
Wow.
Maybe a T wasn't crossed on
Wow.
something.
Yeah,
it just seemed to be
right.
so minute.
I'm
But
glad.
when he finally shared it out on Facebook, it was like, yes, hallelujah.
Success. Yeah, the good part about being in a small community is we share those ups and downs
Yes.
with them, and I'm hopefully sure that they felt our support and anxious patience that we had,
yes. And
because we've all been ready
Yes.
and want to welcome them, which is something about this community that just amazes me every time a new business comes into the community, especially a restaurant. I always say, oh, new restaurant, I'm going to wait a month or two before I try it out, because you can't even get in the parking lot.
That's very true.
I just now finally went to Concho Pearl last week, and I loved it. If you haven't been there, give it a try.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, their food is so good.
So unique.
Good.
So unique.
Yes, it is very unique. I looked at they brought cornbread, and I have in my mind what cornbread should be like, right? So I went, yeah, okay, maybe I'll try it, maybe I won't. And it was my husband's. Poor Don. I loved it because it was so unique. Everything there was so unique. And now we have another opportunity to welcome another business into the community, which we need to do right now. It's been a little disappointing to see some of them.
Yes, some of them having to leave. But also on that same note, Curtis Flooring Covering. They have been in business here in Oxford for over 64 years.
Wow, longer
That's
than
a long time. So you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
It's time for them to call it the end of an era.
Yeah.
And Harry Curtis is such a
they're
kind, sweet man. When I had gone in there a few years ago, we had new carpeting installed in our home. And, Harry he could not have been any
more helpful,
kinder.
yeah.
Yes. So this is going to be a business that we are truly going to miss. But you know, when you're in town, stop in and just wish them well and thank them for their service in our community. They've always been supportive. They've been a chamber member forever,
right.
And just a wonderful, wonderful family. Once again, a home business.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're part of the family.
Part of the community here
Right.
forever. So
my parents used to buy houses, fix them up, sell them. You know, the original flippers, I think.
Yeah.
But we always got our flooring at Curtis. I can remember looking over the counter and looking through, and they always somebody there saying, no, you don't want that. That's not going to last. Or you don't want. They've just been so kind. They've been part of the family, part of the Oxford family, but you know, part of anybody's family that's gone in there. They're just wonderful people.
Yeah.
So we're going to hate to see them go.
well, I
but
hope
wish
that
them
his
well.
right the retirement for them. I
all
know they've
deserve
got they have a home. Cabin up north,
Yeah.
whereabouts I don't know, but you know, in just learning about him, you know, when I
Sweet
was
people.
in there, it's just so nice, so very deserving to have that time to retire
yeah.
and kick back and relax.
Yeah,
huh?
I guess. I guess if they have to.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that's sad, but.
Well, yes. I don't know.
If you have a business coming into this community, it's a good thing because, as the newspaper will tell everybody this week, the township, Oxford Township, has been ranked 13th safest place in
In
Michigan.
the state.
Sorry, not United
Yes.
States, but Michigan State, which is pretty amazing, really, because
Yeah.
if you think about all the communities that are up north, that you know there's safety up north, and all the communities that surround us, that's pretty amazing.
That is because it's not like it's just Oakland County.
No,
I mean, it's
state.
it is the state
Wow.
of Michigan.
Yeah, think of that. Yeah, all those communities on the other side of, and I'm doing the Michigan
Yeah.
map thing, but on the other side of the state, there are all those wonderful little communities. That is amazing. Yes.
I could not have been any more proud when I read that.
Yeah, no
Really.
kidding. And you kind of also go, yeah, it is. And you just know that. You're in a community that you feel safe. The business owners feel safe. Geez, the business owners downtown have the local village police
Yes.
all throughout the evening. They travel and check those doors. They stop and make sure the doors were locked. And if they weren't locked, they call the business owner and say, hey, Anna, yeah, your door's not locked.
Right.
You know, that's the wonderful thing about having a business downtown in Oxford.
I totally agree.
love it.
And then with having our substation, you know,
Right
the
there.
sheriff, you know, just up the road
Here
a
and
ways.
here, yeah, right.
I mean, we are very well protected, and it just shows
It
in getting
shows.
that ranking.
You know, I
so.
lived in the village for nearly 30 years, and I didn't even own a key. I don't live
Oh,
there
wow.
anymore, so you can't go into my house. But I did not own a key for the back door. We just never locked I just always felt so
Oh,
safe.
my.
I will say my son's car was stolen out of the driveway, but we never had an issue.
It was just borrowed and never returned.
Yeah, we found it. Actually, our village police found it in Wyoming, Michigan, other side of the state.
Oh, my
and it was
goodness.
our village. It was Clint that
I'll
found
be
it.
darned.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
So our police are really protective. They felt bad that it happened in our village. It was kind of my son's fault. He was washing it and left the keys in, and went into the
easy
house
to
to get a
do.
bucket. And within 3 minutes, the car was gone. But that happens. It was
Yep.
kind of a child's. It was a bunch of teenagers that did it, and they
course.
just took it for a joyride. But we're safe in this community. I'm not saying keep your doors unlocked. Don't do that. But I
Right.
just didn't have one. Never felt like I needed one. But
Sweet. Well,
So-
listen, we need to take another break.
Yeah, ready.
So don't go away. Be right back, okay?
Hi, this is Dave Kinney. You can catch me on Auto Talk and Science in the News as part of Oxford News this week. You can catch us Monday through Friday at 12 noon, 6:30 p.m., and 11 p.m. Also, you can catch us on the weekend at 12 noon and 11 p.m. on Saturday and at 6:30 p.m. and 11 p.m. on Sunday. See you there.
Do you love your community? So do we. Tune in our community access Monday through Friday, 9:30 and 1, and again at 7, Saturday at 9:30 and again at 7:30, and Sunday at 7. From new businesses to special events and everything in between, join the station that cares about our community.
Welcome back to Daybreak. I'm Debbie Wren, President of the Chamber.
I'm Terry Stiles from OCTV, Production Manager, and sitting here next to Deb.
Yes, indeedy. You know, we talk about the snow each time, and this is going to be the last time we'll talk about the snow today. But
today,
we just
anyhow.
wanted to make sure that everyone is aware of, you know, the village wants to tackle our snow removal issues. And, you know, for our businesses, just as a little reminder, you know, you got to keep the front areas of your business walkable. Our DPW does a phenomenal job in keeping our roads clear, then working on our parking lots, and so as a business owner, you want to make it safe for people to walk. So
Well, and they only have so many people that work at the DPW. I think they have a staff of 4, and so many hours that they can work. And I will say, it is in our ordinance. Other communities have different ordinances, but it's in our ordinance that even the residents have to keep those sidewalks cleaned or they'll get a ticket.
Yes.
And so it's not just the business owners. I know in the community that I live in now, they actually clean the sidewalks. But in the village of Oxford, it's always been the residents have to keep those sidewalks cleaned, and they get 24 hours or something like that. So it's not like if your business is closed on a Sunday, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it on Sunday. You've got 24 hours. It'd be nice if you could do it on a Sunday if you have a business, because people do walk downtown.
Yeah.
If your business isn't open on Sunday, but the restaurant is, and the parking lot's over here, somehow those people have to get to that other business, and it's your responsibility. So DDA, it's definitely come up at the DDA. I think it wouldn't hurt for people. Business owners, I know that a lot of them don't live in this community, but you should attend those meetings. And if you have a complaint or a question or a concern, or you're not sure about something, you can go to those meetings and ask.
They're open.
And you should be also attending the village meetings. Your business is within this community, within the village, and you have a right to go to those meetings and either make a complaint, make contributions. You know, as a person on the village council for many years, it did my heart good to see, and especially Ron Ronaldo.
Oh, yes.
He doesn't miss a meeting, and it made me feel like I was making decisions for them based on the feedback I was getting. Those council members are making decisions for you. Let them know what you want.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you're just going to complain about it. So anyhow, I got on a tangent, and that will always be my soapbox. If you are unhappy with something in your village, and this, whether you live here or not, if you have a business in this village, it's your village. If you have a complaint or a concern, attend those meetings.
Or a
They
suggestion, you know? I mean, suggestions, everyone is open to a suggestion, and everyone is
always use
entitled to
more.
an opinion. So you, by just talking amongst yourselves isn't going to solve
Not gonna help.
an issue whatsoever.
It's just a bunch of complaining at that point,
Yes.
or just a bunch of resolutions to a problem that don't get heard, because you have 5 people on that village council that represent you. Unless you let that whole council, and it doesn't really help to go to one council person and then expect them to be your representative.
Exactly.
You need to go to the whole council and let them know what your concern is. And the same with the DDA. DDA, Downtown Development Authority, represents you in your business. And there's many people on that council. So done with my soapbox. I just get, you know, we go to those meetings. We go to every single solitary meeting that all 4 communities have, and we, week after week after week, see people, one person in the audience. Sometimes that audience is full if the community doesn't like a decision that the council made. they need to hear
late.
you. It is too late. They need to hear you before that. And so it's really sad to me, although I'm hoping, and I continue to hope, that you're watching those meetings on OCTV, on the YouTube channel
Yes,
that we
yes.
have, on our Facebook, I hope, or our website, OCCTV.org. I hope that you're watching it there, but they need to hear your feedback too.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's
soapbox.
okay. We need to share. We need to share.
I'm sharing today, darn it.
Well, and you had something very important that you also wanted to talk about.
I did. Yesterday, I had a group of women in here that are from both Lake Orion and Oxford, and they're forming a coalition group for representing Oxford and Orion, which we need to do more of. We all need to represent each other. And they are members of the Michigan Abolitionists Project, which is trying to completely wipe out human trafficking.
Oh my.
And I was really educated yesterday. You know, I'm one of those people that put my head in the sand. We live in a blue collar, white collar community, and I'm
Yes.
like, "Pfft, that doesn't happen here. And they certainly didn't cite instances that it did happen here, but they did cite how it could happen. And every one of us in this community are vulnerable to how it could happen. And I'm not just talking prostitution, which is the first thing you think of when you think of human trafficking, but they were talking about migrant workers. We have those.
Yes,
we
we
have
do.
those in our apple orchards. We have those in our cornfields. We have those in our hay fields. Migrant workers can often be trafficked by promises of them coming up here and making a certain amount of money and bring your family and we'll pay your kids too, blah, 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 and they're not getting paid.
Dear.
They
Oh,
talk
dear.
about how to recognize human trafficked persons that are trafficked, whether it is a prostitute, whether it's a child labor, whether it's labor in our community that's not getting paid. Another one was people that do nails. They were talking about something I never
really?
would have thought about. All that to say, we have a half hour, almost a half hour show, our community access with these ladies. It's Dawn Ames, Pam Brooks, and Linda Noacker. They're representing Oxford. They're trying to get everybody aware and on board and volunteering in this group. They do referrals when they finally find somebody that's been trafficked. They also give talks every single month at the
Where?
Oxford Public Library. So they're available to us if we want to put ourselves out, and hopefully OCTV will be covering these talks now. And the group is just starting. The next talk is, let me get this right, March 8th at the Oxford Township Public Library. And we all know the face of the gentleman that's going to be speaking. It's Mike Spiz, who is District 3 County Commissioner, and he represents our district. Mike also is the chairperson of the Human Trafficking Task Force of Oakland County, and he just started a website for Oakland County, so Mike knows what he's talking about.
Yes.
I'm anxious to interview him. I haven't spoken with Mike about this particular topic yet, but I'm going to get him on the air.
Nice young
for human
man.
trafficking. It's something that our schools need to be aware of, more aware, need more education. Our physicians, you at the bank. You know, there's signs that you can tell, and this group will give you those signs and continue to reiterate them and expand the signs. And it's the same as see something, say something. Kind of failed in our shooting in Florida because 2 people did talk about this kid to the FBI. So see something, say something, continue to do that, whether it's a curiosity about a kid at school, but also the same philosophies for human trafficking. And I really took up that whole
Do you have a
9
time
minutes.
for this?
Yes.
Oh, it's at night.
7 p.m.
7
March
p.m.
8th, Oxford Township Library, Michigan Abolitionist Project, which they're also known as MAP. And that's Mike Spiz. He's also a township representative. So I just took up our whole time.
That's,
Sorry
but
about
this
that,
is so
people.
important.
It is
so
important.
we will talk about that once again on our next upcoming Daybreak program. But thank you so much for being with us here today. And we
Thanks for
hope that
joining.
you enjoyed our show. And we'll see you again real soon.
Yep.